Good afternoon and welcome back to Whimsical Farm. Today we're gonna look at the garden overall and check the progress. First thing we want to do is check what's underneath this bucket right here. My wife has a new little buddy that she's taking care of. Let's see if he's here. Let's check on him. Oh yeah, there him is. That is little Mr. Decay. He's a special little brown snake, little earth snake, and he's got rid of his skin. He's all happy today. Got him a brand new fresh skin. So I have learned that you don't want to go through your garden and start killing snakes. That's just a bad idea. My wife taught me that. I've always known to keep a king snake, but if they're not poisonous, we keep them. So let's start off. We'll back up just a little bit and look at where we started last time. We've got the rock in the ground now. He's been levelized, sanded around a little bit, and mowed over. And let's look at these new beds. My wife's got this bed all filled in with dirt now and wood chips. And she's got a beautiful rose bush that's going to go in there. And the same thing on the other side. Got fresh dirt all the way full and some wood chips. Let's back up. I want you to see something that I didn't show last time, and that is the hoop up above. And you can see the grapes. They are starting to fill that in. So these grapes will be beautiful. And that whole hoop there will be covered with grapes probably in 60 days or so. And this time we've got all the sand filled in, so we made some progress on that. I wanted to show you some of her special stones that she built. Try to do it without my shadow in it. She's got some beautiful stones and all kinds of little patterns. That's just concrete, but she came up with all these little stones to add to it. And you can see them. They're really, really beautiful. So again, welcome to Whimsical Farm. We're going to take a look at the Garden of Weeding. And this is our latch. I wanted to show you that. This is a small detail, but the latch is something that you work with every single day. This is the way that I built this particular latch. Real handy to use. Just a 2x4 block and one little swinger and a fender washer. And it's very easy to use with one hand. You can see I always try to make my latches where they're not complex, easy to use, and just makes it real nice. So the first step we're going to do today is go ahead and turn the water on, because it is really getting hot in the garden and we want everything to have a drink. My gosh, look how hot it has got in the garden today. So if it seems a little too hot to you, what we do, we don't like it to be that hot, so we just turn it down. We like it about 70 degrees or so in the garden. There, now it's so much better. Whew, we can stop sweating and just have a nice day in the garden. So if you don't have an adjustable thermometer, you can set the temperature in the garden for whatever you want. So here is our special little faucet. You can see it's screwed heavy duty to the post. We use PEX, and let's give everybody a drink today. Hopefully we won't blow any fittings off. We're going to do a fitting replacement. Let's do that first thing. If my wife would be so kind, she may have to come over here and help me. And if you would, just hold right there. I'm going to do a quick replacement. These, I bought some of these little fittings, and they're okay, but we want something that travels a little faster, puts out a little bit more water. So we're going to cut him off, and hopefully I won't spray the camera. We'll do this on the fly. I got some spare ones. This is one that I chose. Watch the camera, don't let me spray you there. This is a new kind that I chose because when the well water comes in, it's pretty bad about getting rusty. So these, if they get rusty, zoom in a little bit if you can on that. If these get too rusty on you, you can always just open the throttle on them, just twist them, and it'll make a nice little spray like that. So now that grape's getting what he wants. While we're here, that brings up the next point. If you'll notice, zoom right back in, honey, if you would. See this right here? When you got a grapevine, that's one thing you don't want to have on your main stem. You want him to look like a tree that you're going to walk under. So always cut those little On tomatoes, they're called suckers. I don't know what they call them on a grape, but just spare limbs that you don't need. So always just cut those clear and keep your lower portion nice and clean. So as you can see now, we got two good drippers going. I'm gonna try to get my camera back. My sweet wife here. And let's start off with the onions. Now we got the temperature like we want it. That's good, about 75. If it gets any hotter, you can turn it down, honey. So our onions are really making progress. You can see that. And I want to go over some details of the onions today. And the first thing we want to do is have her hold the camera again here, if you would. Watch your finger on the lens there. When you get onions going, this is something new that I learned, but always check your onions. Now, zoom in as close as you can get to this. A lot of people think of this bulb right here as your actual roots, but that's not. That's the edible part of your onion. So when you get down here on the bottom, your roots are right there. There's a root, so you don't want to pull him off, but always check them for looseness. And what I do is take some of this wood chips. This is that free stuff we got from the county when they came through to do the electrical lines, and you can always pack it in and straighten him up, get him however you want. But to keep your weeds from growing, these wood chips are really great. Just really work them in there, work around your Bermuda grass. You know, we've got some in this bed. This is not a perfect bed, but if you're not perfect, these will really show you a lot of extra grace when it comes to weeds. And even if the weeds do grow up in here, they'll become so weak that they're a lot easier to either cover a little bit more or manage them. Let's take a look. Oh, there's one more. Let's look at this. Zoom in on this one. Now see, this is another chance for you. You want a big diameter. Everybody wants a great big softball size onion. So another thing you can do with your finger, just do a quick check and make sure there's no rocks up beside it and no big, you know, you don't want a big chunk of wood like that up tight. Oh, look at that. See a little worm there? Boy, now that's a good indication. Those wood chips, they love those. That tells you we are not using 7 dust, or we're not using triple 13, because he would find him another home. So again, you can bank the onion if you need to. These are in pretty good shape. And we're just gonna fill that in with wood chips. And the wood can use up some nitrogen, so you do have to come back in later and put some rabbit manure. All I'm gonna do is just do this. See how rapid you can do this. Real quick like. Just doing a quick tune-up on the onions. And then we'll go on to the next patch. Now see, there's some weeds there. I ain't gonna pull them out. Just cover them up. If a weed does not have any sunshine, it's either gonna die or it's gonna get so weak. It'll get so weak it won't be worth talking about. So we'll put this bucket, let's put him over here. All right. Now, let me have my camera back. All right. Let's do a quick run through on the garden. Let's do some roses here real quick. I just want you to see these. These are just so beautiful. There's one that has bloomed since last time. Notice how the little sprinklers are doing. Those are excellent little sprinklers. I'll give you the details on them. I want to show you a new latch that we just built for the garden. This is when you don't have a pile of money and you want to build a nice latch. This is the system I came up with today. So you see a piece of oak board. You've got one that slides and goes up. And now your gate's open. You can get out easy. Notice there's one there as a stop. And then one down the down low that's a stop. So they'll hit against that to latch it, pull it up. And there you go. So it's a real simple latch. The dogs can't get in here and tear everything up. So the next thing we want to look at, let's just glance. You see the 6 beds that we always had before. Now we've got a couple of nice little marigolds there. Those are excellent to kind of ward off some problems and bring some nice butterflies and stuff in. Now here's my wife's bed. Hers is a very nice onion bed. We're going to do a little maintenance on it too. You can see this year she didn't get a chance to solarize. We had so many things going, and she just didn't get a chance to do that yet. So what we're going to do is make up for that with the wood chips. They're going to be our quick and easy way of taking care of this. And what I do, just make it snow. This is very simple. Just make it snow. Your onions are going to want to stay vertical, so they're not an issue. You don't want to get too heavy. But again, we're just trying to cover up some weeds. Now the weeds are still going to be there, but as you cover them, the more you cover them and the more sunshine you block, the weaker they'll get. So you got to come out here and pull some of them. There ain't no two ways about that. But this will really make them weak, and this adds to the tilt of your soil. This will make those worms come. The worms will start working. They will leave worm castings, worm manure in there. Now you can see that's already made a big difference, and that's just a 5-gallon bucket. So we won't have it all done on this video, but you can start to see that we're making some progress with that. I'm gonna finish this bucket out. We'll concentrate right here so you can really see the effect. And we'll finish that off. Just a light, you don't want to get too heavy, you'll smash your onions flat. But now you can see the onions stayed vertical. They stayed vertical. And that one got pushed over a little bit. But see, there's a little weed there. Just cover them up. Cover them up. There's onion. There's some weeds there. We can pull some of them out. But you get the idea. So that's a quick way to take care of some weeds if you haven't had a chance to pull them all. All right. Yeah, let me see here. What would you like to look at next, baby?
Oh, I think you have to do it up close on the tiny grapes.
Okay, little tiny grapes. Grape tomatoes. What are you talking about?
Muscadines.
Oh, okay. Where did you see some? Just the vines, right?
Sure.
Okay. What did you have in mind? Did you see some? Okay. Here's the ones growing over our, oh gosh, look at that. They are really coming on now. See that? Those are getting ready to make grapes right there. Won't be long. I want to back off and show you. This is our little seeding area. We talked about this before, but just imagine sitting right there, and those grapes are going to be hanging down. We bring you a bowl out here, and I don't think mine will ever even get to a bowl. Here's another good example, that sprinkler. Look at that little sprinkler guy in there. And you can check those so easy. It's always good to walk by and check them. Here's your honeysuckle. They're doing fantastic. They're getting ready to just take over. And there's that plate right there is for fried chicken. I don't guess it has grown yet. We're trying to grow some fried chicken. It's over in the backyard. Let's see, what do we want to do with this? Oh yeah, let's talk about the tomatoes for just a minute. These are mine, and we've kind of got a boy and girl tomato thing going here. Mine are up here in this main garden, and hers are down in the girl section, and we're kind of competing with each other. You can see mine hadn't come on yet. I haven't super fertilized them because of the cooler weather. I didn't want a whole bunch of tender growth, and you can see we've still got our spare plants up above, and some of them will get sold soon. But I've got the water dripping. It's doing a really good job. And let's zoom in and take a look at one of these. You can see that tomato's just starting to really do well. He kind of went through a little bit of a spell to try to get used to the new soil and the cooler nights. I want to show you my wife's peppers. I'm really proud of her on these peppers. She's got them in so thick, but no weeds there. She's done an excellent job of stapling down. That is a great way to take care of weeds. Get you some good landscape fabric. Make sure you get heavy duty stuff. And she's got some flowers in there too. This is a, what is that called, honey? The flowers in there? What's it called? Nasturtium. Yeah, that's a pretty flower. And they're edible. It's really pretty. And we got some, man, these pink flowers. Look at those roses. They're coming on thick. The grapevine is really doing an excellent job. It's coming around the corner. We want to check on these fish and see how they're doing. They see if we can get anybody to come up here and say hi. I don't know if they're wanting to play today. Come here, buddy. Any fish here? Yeah. Oh, look who came to say hi. There him is. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Say hi to everybody on YouTube. Say hi to everybody. Where are you? There you are. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. She got some new fish in there now. She got some goldfish. And boy, they're really liking this warm weather. They're tropical. He really likes to show off. He's quite the little clown. He sticks his eyes up there. Hi, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? Say hi to everybody on YouTube. He thinks he's a little sharp, but he's not. She got more peppers over here. The grapes are, like I say, golly, they're doing so good. I love to see that shiny growth on it. See these little guys? It won't be long. That's going to be grapes. They are really thick. We try to follow the rules on that. Leave a hand space. Always try to leave a hand space between your shoots when you cut. And we don't have it exact, but you know, perfection is not something that we have to have. There's a good hand space there, and those are a little close, but you can see, you get the idea. And these roses here, these are beautiful. There's a story behind them. We'll get that someday. Special roses. And the yellow one, I got to show him close because he's just starting to open up. That is really beautiful. All right, my wife is out working in her section of the garden right now. Let's go see what she's doing. I got to talk about this. This is her bed too on the way out. This one has got a bunch of corn that just came up. That corn right there, believe it or not, is 2 days old. And she's got some other, what's the plants in the front? Hey, sunflower? She's got sunflower growing up in here. And one of these beds, I think that second bed there, that's going to be okra. We're going to plug and play with that. That'll be wonderful. All right, let's go out. I got to show these. Golly, these flowers are so beautiful. They're just, I don't want to leave anything out of the picture. So many beautiful things that Lord's blessed us with. Still no takers on the birdhouse. I guess we got to put that rent sign up. These grapes look beautiful. They're growing across. Won't be long. We'll be able to just take that little plastic pole. It's a plastic coated steel pole. We'll just pull him smooth out of the picture. I want to show you another thing before we get out there to her. Look at the details she put in this. Look at that piece of steel, piece of iron, old black iron. It just makes it really look beautiful. And she's got all kinds. Look at all these little grapes. She got little baby grapes and stuff all over the place. Now, we've done a lot of weed eating. I don't know if you noticed that. Another set of roses out here to look at. Here's some light pink and some dark pink roses. And the grapes, got to show them again. And my wife is out. This is something for you to consider. Now notice also she prepped her tools. She's got a little thing of alcohol there. And hold the tool out there, dear, so we can see. That's another Fisker tool. Very small, precision. You don't cut big tree limbs with it, but it's made for doing exactly what she's doing. It's not even for grapes. It's just for pruning small, delicate stuff. So she takes the lower limbs off, and then because a limb with leaves on it is a solar panel, kind of a nickname we got for it, you don't want to sacrifice any more than necessary. So she's going to leave the intermediate ones. And once the plant gets taller, she will take out everything that's below that bar. The bar for both of us is kind of our stop point. That's where you stop cutting. The other thing that she's doing here is she's trying to get these down to a single runner. So that's another feature. Some plants don't want to do that, but boy, she's really doing a good job. You can see that plant's a lot cleaner and it's got good airflow. So you want no ground contact, even though these are in containers. You want no ground contact with the limbs, and you want good airflow. So you're getting a sucker there and a limb both. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some of the other areas here. She's got show you some progress she's made over here. Again, still solarizing on this bed, and it's almost done. And now she's got this filled in with some special dirt and solarizing it. And what she's gonna do is this black plastic will stay in place. It'll be covered with those free wood chips like you see here. And once that gets covered up where it looks a lot better, and it'll hold moisture. It's going to poke some holes down through there and plant some climbing vines on here. So we'll have all the cucumbers and anything that climbs, maybe some beans, and that rack right there will become a holder for that. So you can see it goes all the way around. He's done a good job with that. And we haven't quite got these lines up and running yet. That's on my list of things to do. Let's talk about a couple of pieces of equipment we got here. She got this year a brand new DR mower, and that's a super heavy duty weed eater. It does an excellent job and pretty lightweight, and it's a couple of horsepower. I think that's rated in foot-pounds of torque, 7 foot-pounds of torque, 174 cc, so like a small motorcycle engine, but really lightweight, and it does a great job. You can see it just finger light. And then the other one in the background there, that's a self-propelled mower, and I set it as low as you possibly can set. It does a great job. What else did you want to go over, baby? Let's just do a quick walkthrough and see the progress that everything's made. These flowers are always impressive. The grapes here are really nice with the sun starting to go down in the afternoon. They're getting their last little bit of power from the sun. These flowers here are beautiful. Let's take a look at the rabbits and see what they're doing. Oh, I see a bumblebee. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if he wants to be famous. I think he does. Oh, he's right there. Look at that. I wish we could get a hummingbird, but these rabbits are taking it easy. It's a little bit warm today, and you can tell they're stretched out. Let's see what this guy's doing. Let's open up here and check on him. What you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? He said, I'm just taking it easy. He's laying out for a nap. You little lazy guy. You taking it easy? Yeah. This gray one, what's it doing? Now these, again, I told you before, that's a secret weapon. They put the rabbit manure in that box right there, and we pull that out and add it to the garden beds. One of my biggest things about the rabbit manure is it does attract lots of redworms, as well as your night crawlers, and does an excellent job. And there's little Miss Millie. What are you doing, Millie? Millie's she wants to be in the video. You're so dirty. You got stuff all over you. There you go, Millie. You're in there. All right. Well, we want to thank you again for coming and visiting with us, spending some time with us here at Whimsical Farm. And we hope the video is helpful to you. We'll spend some more time, get into more details next time. And have a good rest of the afternoon. Bye-bye.